All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Lalema Aneja Dang, and with me is Sunil Verma. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls for adoption of organic and natural farming in cluster-based approach. Prime Minister launches Atmanirbhar Bharat Innovation Challenge to identify the best Indian apps. ICMR defends move to fast-track clinical trial of COVID-19 vaccine, says process is in accordance with globally accepted norms. WHO appreciates Indian government's efforts to contain the spread of coronavirus. More than 25 crore saplings to be planted in Uttar Pradesh today, and lightning and other rain-related incidents claim 31 lives in Bihar. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called for adoption of organic and natural farming in a cluster-based approach. He said Indian Council of Agricultural Research (ICAR) has developed geo-referenced organic carbon map of India and identified 88 biocontrol agents and 22 biopesticides which can promote organic agriculture. Mr. Modi reviewed the progress of agriculture research extension and education in India through video conference yesterday. The Prime Minister directed that startups and agri-entrepreneurs need to be promoted to ensure innovation and use of technology in agriculture and allied sectors. He highlighted the need to leverage information technology to provide information on demand to the farmers. Mr. Modi directed that hackathons may be organized twice a year to solve identified problems and meet design needs for tools and equipment that can reduce drudgery of farming activity, given that a large number of farm workers are women. He exhorted the need to create awareness regarding inclusion of millets like jowar, bajra, ragi and several other minor millets in diet to ensure a healthy diet. Mr. Modi said ease of access to farm equipment and transport facility from the field to the markets shall be ensured. In this regard, the Department of Agriculture, Cooperatives and Farmers' Welfare has launched an app, Kisan Rath. In order to enhance water use efficiency, the Prime Minister desired that awareness and outreach programs be conducted. Mr. Modi said that study of grasses and local fodder crops should be undertaken to understand their nutritive value. He highlighted the need to study use of seaweeds for their impact on soil health apart from exploring commercial applications in nutraceuticals.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched Atmanirbhar Bharat Innovation Challenge to identify the best Indian apps that are already being used by citizens and have the potential to scale and become world-class apps in their respective categories. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has urged people of tech community to participate in Atmanirbhar Bharat App Innovation Challenge. This will run in 2 tracks: promotion of existing apps and development of new apps. In a LinkedIn post, Mr. Modi said, for promotion of existing apps and platforms across the categories of e-learning, work from home, gaming, business, entertainment, office utilities and social networking, the government will provide mentoring, hand-holding and support. Track 1 will work in mission mode for identifying good quality apps for the leaderboard and will be completed in around a month. For incubating new apps and platforms, Track 2 initiative will work to help create new champions in India for providing support in ideation, incubation, prototyping and rollout along with market access. The Prime Minister added that the outcome of this challenge will be to give better visibility and clarity to existing apps to achieve their goals and to create tech products to find solutions to tech conundrums with the help of mentorship, tech support and guidance during the entire life cycle. Mr. Modi said there is tremendous scope among these sectors for new apps which solve specific issues for India and the world. He said India has a very vibrant tech and startup ecosystem, which has made India proud nationally as well as globally. He also said there is a huge potential of Indian market and the scale products can achieve if they can satisfy the demands of the market.
Reviewing Bharatiya Janata Party's Seva Hi Sangathan Abhiyan through video conferencing yesterday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has asserted that the party is a political organization which works to serve the people of the country and it is not only an election winning machine.
हम लोगों ने राजनीति में सत्ता को सेवा का माध्यम माना। हमने कभी भी सत्ता को अपने लाभ का माध्यम नहीं बनाया। निस्वार्थ सेवा ही हमारा संकल्प रहा है, हमारे संस्कार रहे हैं।
Mr. Modi said, nation is first for BJP workers and it comes before anything. The Prime Minister said the BJP has 52 Dalit and 43 Adivasi MPs. He said it shows that the BJP truly represents all sections of the society. Lauding party workers' efforts during this COVID-19 pandemic, Mr. Modi said the nationwide welfare work undertaken by them at such scale amid crisis is biggest Seva Yagya in the history. Some workers even lost their lives while serving the people and the nation.
Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar has said that rural sector will be transformed by constitution of 10,000 new farmers producer organizations, FPOs. He said that 86% farmers in the country are small and marginal farmers who will strengthen the rural economy through these FPOs. Mr. Tomar said this will not only help in agricultural progress but also create new avenues for the development of the country. Addressing a meeting of Laghu Udyog Bharati and Sahakar Bharati through video conference, Mr. Tomar said in the beginning the minimum number of members in the FPOs will be 300 in the plains and 100 in the northeast and hilly areas. The minister said all FPOs will be provided professional support and hand-holding for 5 years. He said 15% of the FPOs are to be constituted in aspirational districts and will be formed on priority basis in scheduled tribal areas. There will be credit guarantee fund with NABARD and NCDC, under which suitable credit guarantee up to 2 crore rupees per FPO will be provided. The government has said that the matter of OBC reservation in All India quota seats in medical education is presently under consideration of the Supreme Court. In a tweet, Health Ministry said it has taken proactive stand and suggested state-specific reservation for OBCs in the All India quota system. The ministry was responding to senior Congress leader Rahul Gandhi's tweet in which he had shared the letter written by Congress President Sonia Gandhi to Prime Minister Narendra Modi demanding extension of the reservation for OBCs in All India quota of medical and dental seats in state and UT governments' medical education institutions.
Ladakh Lieutenant Governor R.K. Mathur has e-launched Mission Organic Development Initiative (MODI) and a greenhouse project to steer the Union Territory on a sustainable path. Mr. Mathur held a special meeting to discuss the roles and functioning of Leh and Kargil Hill councils yesterday. Mr. Mathur laid emphasis on enhancing the abilities of the two councils to fully utilize their budget and deliver greater benefits to the people of Ladakh. Here's more from our correspondent.
The 500 crore rupees Mission Organic Development Initiative will be implemented in 3 phases in Ladakh region, starting with 66 villages in the first phase this year. Another 85 villages will be certified as organic by next 3 years, while in the final phase, the rest of 90 villages from both the districts will be declared as organic by 2025. Mr. Mathur said that by converting Ladakh into an organic state, we will be able to achieve the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of carbon neutral Ladakh. Organic agriculture produce is also aimed at increasing 40% of additional income for the Ladakh farmers. Mathur also launched the Ladakh Greenhouse project to improve vegetable availability in Ladakh throughout the deep winters. The project has been allotted a budget of 76.44 crore rupees with a target of installation of 1,676 greenhouses in next 2 years in Leh and Kargil districts. Ramesh Chandra, All India Radio News, Leh.
More than 25 crore saplings will be planted under the Mission Vriksha Ropan 2020 across Uttar Pradesh today. This record plantation in a single day will be carried out with people's participation and interdepartmental coordination. Our correspondent has the details.
Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will inaugurate the mission Vriksharopan 2020 in Pokhara Forest in capital city Lucknow today. Under this mission, medicinal, fruit-yielding, environmental, shady and other important plants of more than 201 species will be planted in a day through extensive public participation and interdepartmental coordination. According to a government spokesperson, Mission Vriksharopan 2020 will be contribution of 26 departments including Environmental, Forest and Climate Change Department and various social organizations, voluntary organizations, public representatives, students including others. Geotagging of all plantation sites will also be done. The plantation drive is focused on prevention of malnutrition, biodiversity, conservation and plantation along the banks of Ganga and tributaries. MS Yadav, AIR News, Lucknow.
Foreign policy expert G. Parthasarathy said that India has been one of the biggest markets for Chinese goods in Asia and China greatly benefited from India on that front. He said recent Chinese activities, including the deployment of troops in Ladakh, called for action by the Indian government. Speaking to AIR News, Mr. Parthasarathy said India started to reduce its dependence on China by curtailing imports after the skirmishes between the two armies in Ladakh. He said this is a good opportunity to become self-reliant in the industrial sector, especially in electronics segment.
I think in a phased manner, we are going to reduce those imports. China will no longer have the sort of open access it had to the Indian economy. Certainly, economic relations has to be two ways, and there has to be a good political environment. So I think this will continue. And then more importantly, we're importing all sorts of minor items which we should be making in India. With the import now stopped, I think the time has come for manufacturers in India. It's time we became more self-reliant in industrial production.
Hero Cycles has cancelled trade deals worth 900 crore rupees with China. Hero Cycles chairman and managing director Pankaj Munjal said the company has boycotted Chinese companies and decided not to do any trade with the Chinese in the future. He said the company will now manufacture the high-tech cycles in India. He said that the company is now looking for opportunities in other countries and planning to set up a plant of Hero Cycles in Germany, from where the cycles would be supplied to all European countries. You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls for adoption of organic and natural farming in cluster-based approach. Prime Minister launches Atmanirbhar Bharat Innovation Challenge to identify the best Indian apps. ICMR defends move to fast-track clinical trial of COVID-19 vaccine, says process is in accordance with globally accepted norms. WHO appreciates Indian government's efforts to contain the spread of coronavirus. More than 25 crore saplings to be planted in Uttar Pradesh today. And lightning and other rain-related incidents claim 31 lives in Bihar. For quick news updates, round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
Indian Council of Medical Research ICMR has asserted that it is acting in accordance with the globally accepted norms to fast-track vaccine development for diseases of pandemic potential. It said it is important to promote indigenous vaccine development while ensuring safety, quality, ethics and adherence to all regulatory requirements. ICMR and Bharat Biotech have joined hands for the development of potential COVID-19 vaccine called Covaxin. The Drugs Controller General of India has accorded permission to conduct Phase 1 and 2 human clinical trial. ICMR said in the larger public health interest, it is important for ICMR to expedite the clinical trials with a promising indigenous vaccine. World Health Organization WHO has appreciated the work done by the Indian government to contain the spread of coronavirus. Chief Scientist at WHO, Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, said that it is an achievement for India that in the last couple of months, India has become self-sufficient in testing kits. She said Indian government took serious steps from the beginning and put in place certain measures in January itself based on the WHO recommendations. She said India should also focus on data management originating from the pandemic. Bihar Legislative Council Chairman Avdesh Narayan Singh has tested positive for coronavirus infection. His wife and son were also found corona positive. Assembly Speaker Vijay Kumar Chaudhary, Chief Minister Nitish Kumar and Deputy Chief Minister Sushil Kumar have undergone tests for COVID-19. These leaders had attended the oath ceremony of the new members of the Bihar Legislative Council on July the 1st, in which the chairman of the council was present. Meanwhile, corona-positive cases in the state have gone up to 11,457 with the reporting of 546 new cases yesterday. 8,488 patients have recovered and discharged from hospital, while 2,888 patients are undergoing treatment. The recovery rate has gone up to over 74%.
The Delhi government has said a total of 2,505 new confirmed cases of coronavirus have been reported in the city during the last 24 hours, taking the total number of cases to 97,200. At present, there are 25,940 active cases in Delhi. Delhi Health Bulletin confirmed that a total of 68,256 people affected with coronavirus have been cured so far, and the recovery rate reached 70.22% in the city. In a single day, 2,632 people affected with coronavirus have recovered, and 55 deaths have been registered in Delhi, taking the overall toll to 3,004. During the last 24 hours, 9,925 RT-PCR tests and 13,748 rapid antigen tests were conducted in Delhi. So far, 6,20,368 tests have been conducted in the national capital. In Gujarat, the number of COVID-19 cases has reached 35,398 after 712 new cases were reported during the past 24 hours. 21 patients have lost their lives, taking the death toll in the state to 1,927. We have more from our correspondent.
Gujarat has recorded 712 new cases, the biggest single-day spike till now. Maximum 201 cases reported from Surat, while Ahmedabad recorded 165 new cases. According to official sources, out of 8,057 active cases in the state, conditions of 68 patients are critical and they are on ventilator. 473 patients have been discharged from the various hospitals after recovery during the last 24 hours. With this, the total patients recovered from the COVID-19 have gone up to 25,414. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Vijay Rupani visited Surat city last evening and reviewed the situation. He said that the kidney hospital and stem cell hospital to be completed during this month will be dedicated as COVID hospitals. He also announced 200 additional ventilators and health teams following the spike in COVID-19 cases. Yogesh Pandya, Air News, Ahmedabad.
In Madhya Pradesh, interstate bus services will remain suspended until further orders in view of the COVID-19 situation. An order issued by the State Home Department said that interstate bus operations will continue to be suspended while inter-district buses will ply normally. Our correspondent reports that Madhya Pradesh has recorded 14,297 cases of coronavirus.
The COVID-19 case count in Madhya Pradesh climbed to 14,604 with addition of 307 new cases in the last 24 hours. The death toll in the state has risen to 598. A total of 185 persons were discharged from hospitals yesterday, taking the number of recovered cases to 11,234. As per the state health bulletin, the number of cases in Indore, the worst district, rose to 4,810 and death toll to 241. The number of cases in Bhopal stood at 2,984, including 105 fatalities. No new coronavirus case was reported from 20 districts since yesterday, while 3 districts did not have any active cases. So far, about 4 lakh samples of corona infection have been tested in Madhya Pradesh. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
The Tamil Nadu government has decided to open up Chennai from the full lockdown on Monday, while in Madurai and its suburbs, the complete lockdown has been extended for 7 more days. The State Chief Minister, Edappadi Palaniswamy, said that the full lockdown in Madurai will be enforced till the 12th of this month to prevent fresh wave of COVID-19. Meanwhile, the total COVID-19 infection in Tamil Nadu has crossed 1,07,000 mark after 4,280 people tested positive yesterday. Our correspondent has the details.
Chennai and its suburbs, where complete lockdown is currently in vogue, join the other places in the state in going for the unlock phase 2 from tomorrow. However, the people of Madurai and its surrounding areas will have to wait to come out of the full lockdown for a week more. In Chennai, the return to the unlock will have a few additional safeguards. Hotels in the state capital can deliver parcel service and the dine-in facility continues to be barred. Groceries and vegetable shops can function from 6 to 6 and commercial complexes, showrooms and jewelry shops from 10 to 6, while shopping malls need to remain closed. The COVID-19-led full lockdown is in force in Chennai from the 19th of last month and it comes to a close after 17 days tonight. It may be noted that on all the Sundays of this month, the government has made it clear that the whole state will go under complete lockdown to avoid crowding outside homes. Jai Singh, AAR News, Chennai.
In Karnataka, a 33-hour curfew beginning 8 p.m. yesterday was imposed to contain the spread of coronavirus. It will continue till 5 a.m. tomorrow. Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa has instructed each and every department to be very strict and implement the guidelines without any fear or favor. Transport service will be off the road during the curfew. Police have clamped prohibitory order under Section 144. Borders with neighbouring Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Kerala will be closed and no vehicle will be allowed to enter or exit the state.
A 42,000-strong dedicated team of ASHA workers in Karnataka have worked tirelessly to survey 1.59 crore households for enumerating COVID-19 related vulnerable members. Our Bengaluru correspondent has sent this report on how ASHA workers have emerged as a crucial pillar in Karnataka to combat COVID-19 pandemic.
ASHAs have actively participated in the COVID-19 household surveys and screening interstate passengers, migrant workers and others in the community for symptoms of COVID-19. Their house-to-house survey in every city and village has helped recognize vulnerability of certain population groups to COVID-19 like the elderly person with comorbidities and immunocompromised individuals. They have covered about 1.59 crore households and regularly monitored the high-risk groups in their area with the periodicity of follow-up visits varying from once a day in the containment zones to once every 15 days in other areas. They also visit the houses of persons expressing complaints of ILI-SARI symptoms and high-risk individuals who have called the State Health Department helpline numbers. From addressing public grievances at the Gram Panchayat level to being the line of first defense in urban areas to counter the virus by dissemination of various awareness activities in the fever clinics and the swab collection centers. R. Murthy, AAR News, Bengaluru.
Puducherry Lieutenant Governor Dr. Kiran Bedi said that analysis of COVID-19 cases in the Union Territory is revealing that elders with any morbidity need extra precaution. She said children are also prone to the infection. Lieutenant Governor said elders should avoid venturing out of their homes. Her appeal comes after the director of GIPMER Puducherry, Dr. Rakesh Agrawal, presented her with the data analysis drawn from the COVID dashboard maintained by the Puducherry Health Department. A report.
In an audio clip, Lieutenant Governor Dr. Kiran Bedi expressed her displeasure in the way the officials dealing with the COVID were functioning. Dr. Bedi was of the opinion that the officers could perform better. She also said that
Puducherry is under a very close watch. Now the challenge is coming from those coming from outside, which is the neighborhood, with infection without they even knowing that they have it.
Dr. Kiran Bedi also said that those instructed to be quarantined must abide by the instructions and not to violate the conditions of home quarantine. Chidambaranathan, AAR News, Puducherry.
In our series Experts Speak on All India Radio, we bring you views of leading medical experts on COVID-19. Speaking to AIR News, Dr. Sonali Bali, psychiatrist at Vidyasagar Institute of Mental Health and Neuro and Allied Sciences, New Delhi, said that misinformation regarding COVID through multiple unverified sources has led to anxiety-related issues in people, which manifests in the form of social stigma. She advised everyone to limit exposure to only verified information sources.
One can be socially connected with near and dear ones. Limiting the use of internet, use it for better things like constructive workshops, maintaining a positive, optimistic attitude which will help in putting things in perspective. And one can also indulge in some basic relaxation techniques which can help a person deal with the anxiety associated with this period. And another thing I feel which is important is to maintain a kind and compassionate attitude towards others.
Speaking to AIR News, Dr. Saurabh Mehrotra, consultant at Mental Health Division in Medanta Hospital, emphasized that people should indulge in positive addictions.
Positive addictions would include the creative arts, such as drawing, writing, painting. All of these qualify as positive addictions. Music is positive addictions. People who are interested in dancing, that's a positive addiction. Playing a game with family members has the beneficial effect of both the social interaction as well as the fun of the game. Some people like to do gardening. Some people like to do cooking. All of these qualify as positive addictions and have a significant benefit in reducing the stress. Then social connection is very important.
Participating in All India Radio's special discussion program on COVID-19, Dr. Raman Gangakedkar, former head scientist of epidemiology and communicable diseases at ICMR, explained how does herd immunity work.
हर्ड इम्यूनिटी में 100 में से 60 लोगों को अगर बीमारी पहले हो चुकी है तो हम ये समझते हैं कि वो जगह पे नए सिरे से दूसरे को बीमारी लगने का चांस कम हो जाता है, क्योंकि हमारी जो इंटरेक्शन होती है एक इंसान दूसरे से मिले उसमें निगेटिव इंसान के साथ में मिलने का चांस उतना ही कम हो जाता है जब 60% लोग जो होते हैं उनको बीमारी लगती है. इसको हम हर्ड इम्यूनिटी बोलते हैं.
The News Services Division of All India Radio, in its bilingual live phone-in program, will bring you a special discussion program on COVID-19 today. Listeners can ask questions to the experts on toll-free telephone number 1800-11-5767. You can also ask questions on telephone number 011-2331-4444 and post queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by #AskAIR. This can be heard tonight on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. onwards. Lightning and other rain-related incidents have claimed 31 lives in Bihar, 11 others injured in the state during the past 24 hours. Most of the victims were those working in agricultural fields. The Chief Minister has announced an ex gratia of 4 lakh rupees each to the next of the kin of the deceased. He has also ordered free treatment to the injured. Weathermen have cautioned people to remain alert as more rain and lightning are expected during the next 24 hours in different parts of the state.
In Uttar Pradesh, at least 23 people were killed and several others injured in lightning and other rain-related incidents during the past 24 hours. The highest number, that is 9 people, were killed in Prayagraj district, followed by 6 in Mirzapur and 5 in Bhadoi district. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has expressed grief over the loss of life. He asked district magistrates to immediately disburse the relief amount of 4 lakh rupees each to the families of the deceased. Now let's look at the weather updates for today. Heavy rain and high-velocity winds slashed the national capital last night, bringing the mercury down by several notches this morning. Met Office said 33.6 millimeter rainfall was recorded till 5:30 this morning. More rain is expected over the next 3 to 4 days. Mumbai continued to receive heavy rains on the second consecutive day yesterday, with the IMD warning of very heavy to extremely heavy rainfall at isolated places in the area. In Gilgit, the minimum temperature was recorded at 17 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 34 degrees Celsius, and the sky will be generally cloudy with moderate rain. Muzaffarabad may see a thunderstorm with rain. And now an overview of today's newspapers. Record sowing as migrants return home headlines the Pioneer. High Kharif sowing in UP, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, while Punjab registers decline due to lack of farm labour. DD to broadcast live Aarti of Amarnath Shrine from today is another report in the Pioneer. This will be 2 times a day, 7:30 a.m. and 5 p.m. and will go on till 5th August for half hour. CRPF, BSF agree to recruit transgenders is a headline in the Tribune in order to get them into mainstream society. Chinese apps ban, government calls homegrown ones to rise to challenge, says Indian Express. Village girl who cycles 24 kilometers to school and back gets 98.5% is the Times of India headline about Roshni Bhaduria, a girl from Bhopal who took class 10th exam. And finally, Asian Age carries a report on a former forest officer's wife, Nalini Swain, in Odisha's Mayurbhanj district, who rescued stranded female cub and brought her up like a child. Nalini is now 90-year-old and stays in a old age home, and cub passed away a few years ago.
Now the headlines again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls for adoption of organic and natural farming in cluster-based approach. Prime Minister launches Atmanirbhar Bharat Innovation Challenge to identify the best Indian apps. ICMR defends move to fast-track clinical trial of COVID-19 vaccine, says process is in accordance with globally accepted norms. WHO appreciates Indian government to contain the spread of coronavirus. More than 25 crore saplings to be planted in Uttar Pradesh today, and lightning and other rain-related incidents claim 31 lives in Bihar. And with that we end the morning news. Have a nice day.